Let's talk to Nathan. Good morning, Nathan.
Good morning, guys.
How are you,
What's up,
Nathan?
man?
What's up?
I'm doing good. Great.
What are you laughing?
Hey, Nathan, did we see you on TV Saturday?
Yes, ma'am.
I
Yes,
thought
ma'am,
that was
unfortunately,
you.
did.
Now explain. What were you just
You
maybe a little
belligerent,
too
maybe?
into it?
Well, no, I was not intoxicated. I was with my kids,
Oh, gosh.
and it was a hostile environment. I've been going to the the Tennessee Georgia game for years now in Athens. I live in Atlanta,
Okay.
and it got out of hand really quick. I had people from behind me, people in front of me, and they were just all of a sudden there at the last minute of the game. It got kind of intense, and they started dropping all kind of curse words and everything. And of course, with your kids, you get protective and you start saying stuff. So it got kind of personal at that point. But what happened is that they got the security guards, or the police at that point, and called me out. And because I was wearing orange in front of the red crowd, they came straight to me.
Really?
And yes.
What did they do?
Well, keep in mind, they just was cursing. There's people beside me, and I had my kid. My 6-year-old daughter was right there in my seat. Then the cops came up without asking questions. They wanted me to step over the seats. And the process that I said no, because people were cursing at me. It was in the heat of arguments. I probably should have handled it a little bit better, but I was at that point. The police started grabbing me and pulling me over the stands. I have marks all over my legs from where they were trying to pull me, and it looked like I was trying to resist, but I was just trying to catch myself from not flipping over. So, and then a Georgia fan on top of that grabbed me to help the police, but it didn't look like that. It looked like he was trying to attack me. So it just was one thing after another.
So what did they cuff you?
They did cuff me and escort me out right in front of my kids. Yeah.
All right, did they just get you outside of Stegman Coliseum and let you go, or?
Unfortunately, they did not let me go. They arrested me.
Really?
Wow.
Well, what did you do with your
what
kids?
was the charge? Disorderly conduct?
Disorderly conduct and obstruction.
Mm.
So, yes, it was not, it was in the way it was handled, and they did not tell me what I was actually arrested for until they pulled me out. And at that point, when you're in the heat of the argument, you got fans right on top of you in a hostile environment that's constantly saying things to you. You got your kids right there. What do you do as a father? Yes, you're supposed to remain calm. However, at that point, they're not telling what they're arresting me for. They're just handcuffing me, not even asking questions.
What did it?
Yeah, what did it do with the kids?
Well, fortunately for me, my fiance was there, and I had friends there with me, too.
Okay.
So
okay.
I was like, do they just pull somebody out like that and leave the kids there in the Coliseum? Surely not.
They didn't even ask, to be honest with you. They didn't. They just pretty much handcuffed me and walked me out. Didn't ask questions about my kids or nothing. And I didn't even ask when I got out, what about my kids and my personal belongings? They did say nothing about it. And the thing about it is,
Dang.
the people at University of Georgia did not want to make it a big deal. They wanted to just go ahead and talk to me and let me go. But the police in Athens, Clarke County, is the one that wanted to press charges.
Huh.
Man, I'm sorry about that. That's awful because they showed it on TV and they made it sound like, oh, here's this guy being a big jerk, And I was like, oh, the one Tennessee fan, and all these Georgia. I mean, you were surrounded by Georgia red.
Yes, and and the thing about it is when you go to these and you go to away games, you expect that. And I go to a lot of away games, and I wear my orange proud. And I do want to apologize to the Vol Nation for that. That's not how we need to represent Tennessee. And I feel awful about that.
But it would have been different had your kids not been with you, I would presume.
If I was drunk in the stands and I didn't have my kids with me and I was making a complete jerk of myself, I could completely understand that as unacceptable for any fan. But it wasn't like that to begin with. I had my kids. It was a family environment. I was not intoxicated. It was just, it got out of hand and it looked bad on national television. So, and unfortunately, when you wear orange and a sea of red, you stand out.
Yeah, that's true. So when do you have to appear?
I go in April. I do.
Yeah.
I go in April.
Well, I think Ray Lewis's attorney is a little busy with Shamiqua right now.
That's what I hear, too.
I'm having flashbacks to the national championship game in Phoenix a few years ago.
Yeah, didn't security came and talked to you guys, right?
Yeah. Was it Andre 3000 or whatever his name was? His guys are harassing me, and because he's the star, they come and threaten to throw me out. I thought
That's
that
the
was,
way it always
I
is.
thought
You
that
wear
was
orange,
pretty
you
good.
You get thrown out.
Oh, I had
It's
red
because
on it this particular point.
Yeah, that was
Ohio
State.
and Florida. But
Yeah. Well, I hope it works out for you, Nathan.
I know. Hopefully, it'll get dismissed. That's ridiculous.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. But, guys, thank you very much. And, again, I apologize to the Ball Nation.